Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ms. Campbell, and today I'm going to teach you how to create a custom graduation cap. To create this cap, the supplies that I used include a Cricut Maker 3. However, you could use a Cricut Explorer as well. Pretty much any machine that will cut felt and glitter iron-on. I keep all of my tools in my machine, so I have my brayer, so that way I can put my material on the mat and make sure there are no bubbles. I have my weeder, scissors, and a scraper. For the cap, you'll need felt, and you'll also need everyday iron-on and glitter iron-on, also known as heat transfer vinyl. And for the felt, I used hot glue. I did use tacky glue for my first prototype cap, which is back there. However, I don't really recommend using tacky glue because I found it very messy to work with and it took a long time for it to dry. Also, the pieces were kind of folding up, so I would recommend using a hot glue gun if you can. These felt pieces are from the Cricut website. You can order them there or get them from your local craft store. You'll also need a hot glue gun, a Cricut Easy Press Mini, and this is a mat that you'll want to make sure that you have your material on so it doesn't burn your table or anything like that. Safety first. We will need a blank cap. So this is the cap. It's like a standard cap for kids. It comes blank and it also comes with tassels. So these caps were about $13 on Amazon. I can link it below if you guys want, but I do find them to be very easy to use and I highly recommend them. So now I'm going to take you step by step on how to create your pieces. First, I'm going to teach you how to create this rocket ship. Open up Cricut Design Space and click New Project at the top right and go to the left where it says Images and type in rocket ship. You can also type in the number to find the image, but I wanted to show you guys how to find images this way. I'm going to scroll down. And then I'm going to pick the rocket ship that I want to use. I like this one because it has outlines. To see the image number, just click on those three dots and then click on the image and go to Add to Canvas. Then you're going to want to resize it to the size that you want and then click on Contour. Contour is really important. We want to get our background with the orange felt first. So we want to go to hide all contours and that will just make it one image and remove the rest of the cuts. Then click for any material since we're going to use felt on a mat. Click continue on the bottom right. Select your material. We will be using felt and I have that as one of my favorites. I just put a star on it. You can do that to have all your material there so that you don't have to always browse for it. Load your machine and have your Cricut cut out the background to the rocket ship and carefully peel it off. It's okay if some of the pieces are stuck to the felt. You're going to want to gently peel it off. The pink mat is fabric grip mat, so that is recommended for felt. And we are just going to use our Cricut brand scissors to cut out the excess material on the felt. I like working with these scissors because they're sharp and they're small. Next, click the bottom right where it says contour again because now we want to show all contours. So press that button and we are going to create that black outline using everyday iron-on. So I already cut it, not in the video, but I figured you guys know how a Cricut cuts, so you don't have to see that part. So we're just going to take off the part we don't need, and if you notice, I use an X-Acto knife so that I could save some material because I like to save my material. And then I'm just weeding out the details because we're getting that black outline for the rocket ship. And we're just going to peel it off of the mat. This is a light grip mat, by the way. An everyday iron-on can be used on a standard grip mat, pretty much any mat, but I had a light grip mat. That was the blue one. So now we're going to place our black outline on the orange felt background and we're going to use a Cricut Easy Press to apply it on there. Make sure that you let it cool down before you touch it because it does get pretty hot. When it cools down, then you can gently peel it off, and I really love how that black outline looks. So we are going to repeat the process, but this time we're going to be using glitter iron-on, and I already cut it on the Cricut machine, and we're just taking off the excess glitter iron-on material, and we are going to use our weeder to take off the outline, which is what is going to be black on the orange felt, so we don't need that part. So we are going to continue to take off the pieces that we don't need of the red glitter iron-on, and we want to leave the red glitter iron-on that we want on our little rocket ship. And I would try to take off the pieces gently just so that you can use that material for the other rocket ships. Continue to add all of the red that you want for your rocket ship, and then repeat the process of cutting out your material on silver, glitter iron-on, and gently peel off the pieces that you want to be silver. I found this part to be easier if you just take off the pieces that you want and add them on there, because the pieces are backwards. So if you were trying to like match every single piece, it would just take longer. This is a way easier way to attach your glitter iron-on, and I find that it applies way faster when it is already peeled off of that clear protective layer. So you'll want to make sure you don't forget to put that protective layer on top of it before you iron it on, or else your material will melt and it will be very sad. So keep adding the rest of the silver that you want on your rocket ship. You'll notice in the finished product that there is white on the rocket ship. I did use some everyday iron-on to make some white parts on the rocket ship. Now we're going to create those letters that look like blocks. We're back in Cricut Design Space, and we're going to click on Shapes on the left and select the square that has the rounded edges. We're going to make it smaller, and then we are going to add our text. You do want to make sure that you're measuring it to see exactly how big you need it for the cap or whatever you're making. And I just am using the regular font that's there. It's Cricut Sans regular. So we have our letter and we have our shape. So let's see what happens when we go to make it. We're going to select on matte, and you see how the square and the A are not connected. This means that we need to actually attach both of those together. So we just select both of them and click attach on the bottom right. And then if we try that again, you can see that it does become one shape, and that is what we want for our glitter letters. When you're cutting glitter iron-on, make sure you put the shiny side down on the mat, and then we are going to weed out the excess material. We're taking out the letters by using the weeding tool. The letters will be replaced with white everyday iron-on. I created a pattern for the letter names that are on the caps, and I'm using green and silver glitter iron-on as well. I could have easily just added the red to that mat and cut it in one setting on the Cricut machine as well. Now we are actually going to cut the pieces that the glitter names will be ironed on. And you're going to just do the same thing where I added the shape, which was the square with the rounded edges. You want to make sure that you resize the shape to make it bigger than the glitter iron-on with the letters, so that you can get that little background color. Like you see how the orange is a little bit bigger than the square that the glitter is. That's what we want. After using your Easy Press Mini to attach the glitter letters, then you want to add that white everyday iron-on because it will make your letters pop. Make sure you're letting the pieces cool down before you peel off the pieces. It gives it time for it to attach fully to the felt. Now that we have our pieces, we're going to place it on the cap where we want it. I did cut off the other text that says blast off to first grade. That is with everyday iron-on, and the class of 2022 is with yellow everyday iron-on. And I also cut some stars that I just got from the Cricut design space where it says shapes. I just added stars. And then we're going to gently put our text on there. So I liked to put the easy press materials on first. So like the heat transfer vinyl, also known as everyday iron-on, because I like to just have that in place so that I can start gluing everything after that's on, just so that it looks neater and I get a better idea of where everything has to go. So we're just going to continue to add the rest of the text, and I peeled it off, and then now that I have the letters on there, I'm going to add our felt letters by using a hot glue gun. You can use tacky glue, however, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it is very messy to work with and it does take a while to dry. So I recommend using hot glue, but be careful because, as you know, hot glue can be very messy as well if you are not careful. All of the felt pieces, including the stars and the rocket ship, were attached by using a hot glue gun. And here is the finished product of this cap. My favorite cap that I made is the one at the bottom, the black one. I really like that color combination. Let me know in the captions which one is your favorite. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope that this video was helpful. And if you have any questions at all, please let me know in the comment section. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any new uploads, and follow me on Instagram at Miss Campbell Teach. I'll catch you in the next video.